السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Allah.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله.
أشهد أن
حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد، and what has been recorded in the books of Al-Hadith is another one of those incidents that I want to bring to your attention concerning the companions traveling to the Nabi and traveling with them and so forth and so on. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And this particular incident is important from many angles, as you'll see, because many people know actually the words that come from this incident, but they don't know the background of it, and the background is important. There were many tribes and many groups of people who would come. They would go to him to listen to his da'wah. They would go to accept Islam. They would go to give him bay'ah, the pledge of allegiance. They would go to renew the pledge of allegiance. And they would go just to show their love and their devotion to Allah and their love for him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One particular year, a lot of delegations came, and they called that the year of the delegation. Al-Wufud, many tribes came. One of those tribes that came is an important tribe from the Arabs called Abd-Qais. They went in order to accept al-Islam, to give the bay'ah, and also those who had already been Muslims to show their love and their appreciation for and to the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They were so excited about the opportunity to see and meet him for the first time, to greet him for the very first time. They were excited that when they finally arrived in Medina after the long journey, which is in the eastern part of Arabia by Bahrain, is where they came from. And as we mentioned last week in the ayat of Tayammum, the desert is unforgiving. Traveling in the desert is tough. When they arrived to Al-Medina, they were so excited that they didn't tie up their horses, they didn't tie up their camels. They just got off of their animals and they hurried to the Prophet to meet him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The narrator of this hadith said, when they came into his presence, they started kissing his hands and kissing his feet. The narrator of the hadith said, never before did I see any Arabs do that. And no other group of people, no tribe ever did that other than the tribe of Abd-Qais, because they were so happy. So being that the Prophet is the person who told us, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whoever believes in Allah and the last day, let him honor his guests. You can rest assured he was honoring the people, making them feel comfortable and talking to them. They all were there with the exception of one person who came late. After the Prophet sat with the people and got to know this tribe and the tribesmen from those people, one man came on his own from that tribe who had traveled with them. His name is Ashaj Abd-Qais, Mundir. He came. When he came late, the Prophet asked him, why are you late? Why didn't you come when everybody else came? He said, because Ya Rasulullah, I wanted to prepare myself to meet you and to greet you properly. So I took a ghusl. I made wudu. I took out my bag with my new clothes in, and I took my clothes on, and I put my clothes on, and I'm coming to meet you. Under these circumstances, the Prophet said his famous words, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, inna fika khaslatayn yuhibbuhum Allah, al-hilm wal-anat. You, Ashaj, you have two characteristics that Allah loves, for those two characteristics to be in any human being. Number one, you have al-hilm, and number two, you have anat. Before explaining this, inshallah, Rasulullah did not make inkar on the other companions, these other men from Abd-Qais. He didn't say to them, why did you leave your animals like that? Why didn't you dress the way you should to come and meet me? He didn't say that. He didn't make inkar. He knows that traveling in the desert is tough. He's not going to make any taklif on someone, go and make a ghusl before you meet me. He didn't make inkar, but he praised that individual for what he did and how he behaved. He's about to see the Nabi of al-Islam for the first time. And as the Arabs say, likulli maqam maqal, there's a time and a place for everything. There's a way to dress casually, and there's a way to dress formally. You have to look at the situation. So the fact that he dressed and he did all of what he did, it was a clear indication that he's a bit different in the way that he thinks and the way he is. You are a person, you have two characteristics that Allah loves. And those two characteristics, you have hilm and al-anat. He said, Ya Rasulullah, these two characteristics, do I have them because they're natural, I developed them, or Allah put it inside of me? He said, Allah gave it to you. Allah made you like that. There are certain people from amongst us, Allah just makes them people who are cool and calm and collected. There are people who are from amongst us, the person is just aqil, razin. And then there are other people who are from amongst the community members who may be older in age, but when they get upset, they act like they have no discipline. There are people from amongst us that when we get upset, we use very bad language and we behave in a way that people would think, what's wrong with this individual? So as it relates to the whole hadith that I want to explain to you, inshallah, first of all, when he told the man, you have al-hilm and you have al-anat, the scholars of Islam, the majority of them, they say al-hilm in this hadith is not hilm of al-lutf and being easy, but al-hilm in this hadith, in this context, is you're intelligent, you have aql, you have a good mind. The fact that you would think the way you think and it caused you to do the things that you did, and you were the only one to do that, you have al-aql, and Allah loves someone who has al-aql. He used to tell the people, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, let those pray directly behind me in the first row. Those people are the ulul ahlam wal nuha. The people who are hilm, the uqala, the elders who know what they're doing. So they said al-hilm first and foremost in this hadith. It's talking about you're an intelligent person. Allah loves for the slave to have intellect. And intellect here means he knows how to act. It doesn't mean he thinks he's better than everybody. He gives more value to his mind and his degree than what is necessary. No, he knows how to act, how to behave. And you have al-anat that Allah loves. Al-anat is you're not mustajil. You are a measured person. You take your time. You're not impulsive. You don't make decisions for or against things without thinking about them and weighing them very closely. Getting married, getting divorced, investing, not investing, taking someone as a friend, whatever the decision is that you have to take, you have that thing where you're not impulsive. Allah loves the individual who he looks at the situation, she looks at it, and they weigh it. And they're not swayed just by emotions or making decisions that are knee-jerk decisions that they'll come to regret. So most of us, and Allah knows best, we are people who are impulsive. This is the nature of Bani Adam. As Allah mentioned in the Quran, وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ عَجُولًا. Mankind is impulsive. Mankind is in a rush. That's how Allah created mankind, Bani Adam. That is his character. That's his fitrah. He mentioned in the Quran, خُلِقَ الْإِنسَانِ مِنْ عَجَلٍ سَأُرِيكُمْ آيَاتِي فَلَا تَسْتَعْجِلُونَ. Verily mankind has been created from and with being impatient, being in haste. Allah said, verily I'm going to show you people my ayat. So don't be in haste. When the religion was growing and the community was growing, the companions wanted help. The companions needed help. And they would be mustajilun. Ya Rasulullah, make dua to Allah to destroy these people. He said, you people, take it easy. The help and the victory is coming. Don't be mustajilun. Just get on the siratul mustaqim and keep making it happen. There are three hadith I want to mention to you, Ikhwani, as it relates to not being in haste and not being compulsive or impulsive, someone who just makes decisions like that without thinking. And they all have to do with this thing about al-anat and al-hilm. Because the other meaning of al-hilm is you're gentle and you're easy. Allah loves it when a person is gentle and he's easy. He's gentle and easy with his mother and his father. He's gentle and he's easy in his dawah and his advice. Gentle and easy with his wife. She's gentle and easy with her husband and the children. Not being a person who is unnecessarily rough and coarse when it's not necessary. Because sometimes it's necessary. But the general rule is being gentle and easy and not being in haste, not being impulsive. And these three ayats, they formulate for us principles in our religion in dealing with people. The first one, he described Allah and he said, Inna Allaha rafiq wa yuhibbu rifq fil amri kullihi. Allah is gentle and Allah is easy. And Allah loves gentleness in all of your affairs. He loves gentleness in all of your affairs. The vast majority of our existence, we should be dealing with people and ourselves. We should be dealing in a gentle, easy way. Not being mustajil, being in haste, impulsive, not being rough and tough, but having hilm, having intellect, knowing how to deal with situations, knowing how to make decisions. That's the first hadith. The second one he mentions, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, inna Allaha yu'ti ala al-rifq ma la yu'ti ala al-unf. Allah will give you something because you're gentle and you're easy in dealing with that thing. Allah will give it to you and make it happen, make it accessible, make it something that you can do because you're being gentle and easy. He'll give you that over you being rough and tough. Like I mentioned, sometimes you have to be rough and tough. But generally speaking, in this dunya, being gentle and easy in most of your affairs is going to be more beneficial. I just give you an everyday, simple example from the mundane affairs. Someone has a sweater, a jacket that has a zipper on it and the zipper gets stuck. If you just take your time and you apply a little pressure, you'll get the zipper unhooked. But if you lose your patience and you get upset because you have something to do, you don't want to waste time on this, and you rip it hard, you're going to make a problem. That's just an example. Life is like that. If you deal with the situation gently, Allah will give you the opening for it. Allah will make it happen for you. If you're rough and tough in that thing, it's possible you'll be successful. But usually the success, it'll come at a price, or you won't be successful at all, especially as it relates to our children. In this society, with what these children are putting their minds and exposing their minds to, there are all kinds of ideas and situations that our children are exposed to that when we add on to the problem and the challenges with our rough and tough approach, it becomes even a bigger problem. That's the second hadith. The third and the last hadith as it relates to the issue is that the Nabi of Islam, sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa sallam, he said that anything that gentleness is inside of it, anything, then the gentleness will make that thing beautiful. Ma kana ar-rifqu fi shay' illa zanahu. Anytime gentleness is put inside of something, it's going to beautify it. You have a little baby and that baby is growing, you be gentle with that baby. That baby will grow up beautified, inshallah. As for the one who babysits and the baby is doing what babies do, and he's crying or she's crying, and they get upset and they hurt the baby, there's a problem. Gentleness. Gentleness was never put inside of something except that it beautified that thing. In the masjid, in your house, in your relationship, whatever you can, in your driving, whatever it is, don't be mustajid. Have an act. Take it easy. And in all of those books of hadith, you'll find this incident that I just mentioned in the hadith that I mentioned, they're always in the chapter of ar-rifq, wal-lin, always, and al-hilm, always they come together. Take it easy and don't be too rough. Don't be too tough in your dealings. Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on the people. Take it easy in your general existence. Does that mean you can't get angry? Does that mean that you're never going to get angry? Doesn't mean that. Does that mean that you can't use shit? Doesn't mean that. But generally speaking, the religion of Islam tells us to take it easy. And Allah loves that. He loves al-hilm, al-aql. And he loves someone who is not in haste. When it comes to being in haste, as it relates to our ibadat, these are from the worst things that we can be hasty in. Musta'jilun. Allah told Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa sallam, لا تحرك به لسانك لتعجل به إن علينا جمعه والقرآن. Ya Muhammad, when Jibril comes to you to read the Quran that's been revealed and he rehearses it with you in the month of Ramadan or other than that, don't be hasty moving your tongue like that. Just take it easy. Concentrate. The ibadah of reading the Quran, take it easy. Don't read like that. That's not the goal. That's not the objective. Allah Ta'ala teaches us that. As for Rasulullah, he was doing that, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he wanted to memorize. He was trying to memorize, get what needed to be got. But Allah Ta'ala told him, no, don't make it difficult on yourself. Take it easy. Another ayah similar to that. وَلَا تَعْجَلْ بِالْقُرْآنِ مِنْ قَبْلِ أَنْ يُقْضَى إِلَيْكَ وَحْيُهُ. Ya Muhammad, Don't read the Quran quickly like that. Don't read the Quran quickly. And don't try to give the explanation of the revelation until the time for that comes. That's the ibadat of al-Islam. We take from that, we shouldn't pray quickly. We shouldn't pray very quickly like the Prophet said. Don't pray like the chicken when he's just going up and down and there's no concentration, because that's not salah. And the ibadat of al-Islam, take it easy. The companions were traveling with him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was his sunnah that anytime he elevated, he would say Allahu Akbar, because no matter how high you elevate, Allah is a'la and way above that. Whenever he would come down from any elevated place, he would say Subhanallah, because Allah is not down. Allah is over his arsh in a way that befits his majesty. So that's his sunnah. You get on the elevator, you go up the steps, even in your house, from the dhikr of going up the steps, going up in an airplane, is to say Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah. But the companions, while traveling, they were shouting and screaming, Allahu Akbar. They were shouting very vigorously. He told them, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, irbi'u ala anfusikum. Innakum la tad'un as-sam wa la ghaiba. Innahu ma'akum wa huwa sami'un qareeb. Have mercy on yourselves. Don't call out like that with your dhikr. Don't call out like that loud. Don't give the khutbah so loud, where you're going overboard. Don't make the adhan so loud on yourself where you're going to hurt. Calm down. He told them, don't, take it easy. For verily, you people are not calling one who is deaf. You're calling one who can hear, and he's close to you. So it's an example, Ikhwani, in the ibadat of al-Islam. We have to take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy on yourself and take it easy on the other people. So the call here today from the wafd of Abd-Qais, that tribe that came, and what that man did, Ashaj, may Allah be pleased with all of them. You are a person that Allah has, Allah. You have two characteristics. Allah loves them. If Allah loves these two characteristics, what we understand is the opposite of them He doesn't love. Allah doesn't love the one who is shadeed unnecessarily. He doesn't smile. Whenever something goes wrong, doesn't go his way, he doesn't know how to handle the situation. He's heavy on the people, his wife, his children, his relatives, his co-workers. They don't like to see him, because when they see him, there's trouble is brewing. Trouble is brewing. The Muslim is the one we all have to make jihad. And some of us, just the way we grew up, just our personalities, we have difficulty with being calm. It's something we have to work with. We have to work on. We have to make it happen. He says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, about al-hilm, innama al-hilmu bit-tahallum. The way that you can develop this in yourself, you can acquire it, is by developing it in yourself. There are some people who shouldn't have children. There are some people who shouldn't have pets, because when it comes to pets, they're mean and nasty to the pets. And when it comes to the children, they're mean and abusive to those kids. Mean and abusive. So the way that we deal with these people is in our tarbiyah of what we're dealing with our children. Easiness and gentleness was never put inside of tarbiyah except that it beautified that tarbiyah. Never was put inside the marriage except that it beautified that marriage. It never was put inside of our interpersonal relationships except that it beautified that situation. Now I have to clarify something, because there's always another side, or many times there's another side, and sometimes we don't have time to explain the other side because you assume and you hope people know the other side. There are certain things in the religion where you have to be mustajir. You have to be in a hurry. He says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as-sakinatu fi kulli shay'in illa fi amal al-akhirah. taking it easy, slowing down. It is in everything. Everything, it should be in everything. Everything, except those things connected to the hereafter. What's the meaning of that hadith? What's the meaning of that hadith? The meaning of that hadith is whenever it comes to doing something in the deen, doing a good deed, then be in a hurry to do that. And don't be lackadaisical in doing those things. Like for an example, at Tawbah, وَسَارِعُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. Hurry up and make Tawbah and get the ghufran of Allah. Hurry up. Don't delay that. There's no sakina in that. There's no taking time in that. He told the people about the prayer, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you people hear the iqama, not the adhan, prayer is about to start. If you hear the iqama, famshu ila salat, wa alaykum bis-sakinati wal-waqar, wa la tusri'u. If you hear the iqama and you come to the masjid, then you should come and walk calm, cool, and collected. Don't start running and don't walk fast. He said, do not be in haste. Things like that. But the salat itself, salat is put upon us. When he was asked what's the best deed, he said, as-salat ala waqtiha, praying the prayer at the right time. Now that the time has changed, a person now is trying to get on the square with the prayer, and he prays Asr late or Dhuhr late because of the time change. Nope, issues like that, we have to hurry up. From what there is no delay in, this is important. This is important. Is that you have to pay your money for zakat, and don't delay that. Hurry up and pay your money for the zakat. The zakat that you haven't paid in those years, and it turns into another year and another year, you have to hurry up and get that sorted out while you're living and you know what's going on. Similar to that with money, he mentions, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, matrul ghani dhulm. If you borrow money from someone and you're procrastinating and delaying paying his money, you're an oppressor. So we owe people money, especially Muslims, especially family members. As for the government and things like that, I would say pay that money as soon as possible. Don't get yourself in trouble. But the Muslims, family members, hurry up and pay the people their money. When you don't give them their money, you're being an oppressor. You gotta give the people their money. He told the people, if a person dies, once someone dies, do not send their body to Pakistan, to Trinidad, to Guyana, to Egypt, to Morocco. Don't send their bodies anywhere. He said, hurry up and bury the dead person. Hurry up and bury him. Give him his janazah, ASAP. If he's a religious person, you'll be hurrying him to his reward. If he was an individual who wasn't religious, you'll be getting them off of the shoulders of the community, because there are some people who are in the community who are heavy on the shoulders. They're heavy on the necks. They don't have anat. They're not easy. They're not intelligent. So the issue has balance. Generally speaking, we have to take it easy and we have to fall back, take it easy and relax. But there are certain issues that we have to be quick in taking care of those issues. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ونسأل الله تعالى التوفيق والسداد. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا وطيبا مباركا فيه وصلوات الله وسلامه على نبينا الأمين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Concerning being gentle, ikhwani, and taking it easy with people, there was a book that a contemporary scholar wrote a few years ago, and it's a classic work. I would advise you, especially if you speak Arabic, it's in English as well. That book is called Rifq Ahl Sunnati bil Ahl Sunnah. Rifqan Ahl Sunnah bi Ahl Sunnah. O people of the Sunnah, be gentle and take it easy with the other people of the Sunnah. Take it easy with the Muslims. Take it easy. Whether they're from the people of the Sunnah and whether they're not from the people of the Sunnah, if they're from the Awam and the Muslims who just don't know. At a time like this, 2024, with all of what we're dealing with and the animosity and enmity that we have with so many groups, I am not a person who calls to unity just for the sake of unity, because you can't be united with certain people because of what they think, what they believe, and how they are. You'll never be divided. You'll never be united with them. Never. But those who have some concepts of the religion, some idea of the religion, the deen, they have to make it our duty. Take it easy with the Muslims. Be gentle with the Muslims. Be gentle with the Muslim youngsters. Be gentle with the Muslim wives. Be gentle with the elderly people from the Muslims. And be gentle with and on those Muslims who are suffering in the world today. Instead of looking for every reason to criticize, we should look for reasons why we should be making dua and asking Allah Azza wa Jal to help them in their situation. So the message here today is, take it easy, Ikhwani. Take it easy with each other. Take it easy with your family members. Take it easy in the way you drive. Anybody who is in haste, unnecessarily, haste makes waste. And Allah doesn't like al-isti'jab. He doesn't love it. But He loves al-anat. And He loves when the man is razin and the woman is razina. Measured, calculated, taking your time. May Allah Azza wa Jal give us those qualities and those characteristics of the people that He loves, and those sifat and the mawasifat that He doesn't love that we have. May He forgive us all for those things and help us to overcome those things, to make them something that's from the past. May Allah Azza wa Jal have rahmah upon our community. May He have rahmah upon those who have died from amongst us, those who are sick, and those who continue to live amongst us. Aqim as-salat. Yarhamakumullah.